In 1910 in New York, James Reese, Europe, did something no black musician had been able to do before. He built an institution. The Clef Club was not only an orchestra. It was a professional organization, a union, a booking agency, a clubhouse, a credit bureau, a mutual aid society for black musicians who, in 1910, were barred from the white-only American Federation of Musicians. Before the Clef Club, a black musician in New York worked alone, underpaid, often uncredited. After the Clef Club, he had colleagues, contracts, minimum rates, and a building he could walk into. James Reese, Europe, built both halves at once, the stage and the labor structure behind the stage. And the orchestra itself was unlike anything American audiences had heard. He blended the formal instrumentation and writing of European classical music with the syncopated rhythms of ragtime, spirituals, and the blues. Traditional winds and strings, clarinet, trumpet, violin, playing alongside plucked and strummed banjos, mandolins and guitars, 10 pianos at once.
Nothing else sounded like it, because it came from nowhere else. It came from a family living room in Washington, where fiddle and banjo sat next to piano and organ. From a Baptist mission that had always fused the sacred and the communal. From a mother who had taught at a Freedmen's Bureau school at 17, and a father who had studied law in his 40s.
We colored people have our own music that is part of us. It's the product of our souls. It's been created by the sufferings and miseries of our race. Our symphony orchestra never tries to play white folks' music. James Reese, Europe. This was not only a musical philosophy, it was a racial one. James Reese, Europe, believed black musicians should play their own music, not a pale imitation of European models, and that they should play it with a discipline, a professionalism, and a technical command that would answer every racist stereotype of the day. Racial pride, authenticity, professionalism. Those three words ran through his entire career, and he understood the stakes. If a black orchestra came on stage unprepared, it confirmed a slander. If it came on stage immaculate, in tuxedos, in tune, reading the parts, swinging, it refuted one. James Reese, Europe, enlisted in the New York National Guard's 15th Regiment, which became the 369th Infantry of the United States Army, the Harlem Hellfighters. He was commissioned a lieutenant. He was ordered to build a regimental band, and he was given permission to recruit the finest black musicians in America to do it.
One of the first men in the band was Noble Sissle, a singer, a songwriter, and a natural organizer. In the 369th, he served as drum major and the band's lead vocalist. He helped James recruit. He helped arrange. He sang on the recordings the Hellfighters would make in 1919. His voice is the voice you hear on All of No Man's Land Is Ours and On Patrol in No Man's Land.
The band became a sensation. In France, they played for French soldiers, American soldiers, and civilians across the country. They introduced audiences to a sound that had never been heard outside America, and, consistent with everything James had been saying for a decade, They played their own music, with discipline, in uniform to professional standards. We won France by playing music which was ours, and not a pale imitation of others. And if we are to develop in America, we must develop along our own lines. James Reese, Europe, 1919. That sentence is the thesis of his life and of his family's. On May 9, 1919, just months after leading the 369th in that triumphant parade up Fifth Avenue, James Reese, Europe was stabbed backstage at a Boston concert by one of his own drummers. He died within hours. He was 39. Noble Sissel took the baton. He led the Hellfighters band through the rest of its 1919 engagements and the recording sessions that gave us the sound that survives today. The music on your screen right now, most of these recordings, exist in part because Sissel refused to let them die with James. Sissel went on to have a long career in music, theater, and cultural organizing. In 1937, he helped found the Negro Actors Guild of America and became its first president, a professional union for black performers. The same impulse James had brought to the Clef Club a generation earlier. Organize, professionalize, protect, elevate. The philosophy outlived the man.
Back in Washington, Lorraine, Europe, buried 2 children in 1919. Ida in July, James in May. Lorraine died in 1930. She was the head of that house until the end, but the family's story didn't end with James's generation. He had left behind a young son, James Reese, Europe Jr. When the Second World War came, that son volunteered. He served in the United States Merchant Marine, the branch that suffered the highest casualty rate of any American service in the war. The branch that carried the fuel, the food, and the ammunition, without which no battle could be fought. A grandson of Judge Europe of Mobile, a great-grandson of Armstead Saxon, the free cotton sampler, the son of the man who led the Hellfighters. He too carried the family legacy forward. The records remember this family as a whole. A free mobile girl who became a Freedmen's Bureau teacher, a Baptist uplift organizer, likely born into slavery, who studied law at Howard in his 40s, an aunt who taught black children in Mobile for more than 30 years, 5 siblings, a music teacher at a legendary black high school, a violinist, a pianist and composer, a nurse, and the man who led the Harlem Hellfighters, a lieutenant who carried the music forward, a grandson who crossed the Atlantic in the Merchant Marine, 2 inheritances, 1 household, 1 long, blended tradition, the sound of which, for one extraordinary moment in American history, the whole country stood up and listened to.
Come jazzers, gather round, jazz lovers from every town. I've got something that I'd like to introduce you to. It's new, it's got a funny name that's going to win its fame. With your kind attention, I will mention its many charms to you. They call it jazz. Nobody knows its origination. Jazz.